certainly not wasting any time staying busy as champion, Alex. I guess talk to me about, this pace that we don't normally see champions keep.
Yeah, man, it's I said it all year that I wanted to be active. I wasn't able to do that the previous years, obviously. So it's good, man. I'm not getting any younger, so I want to make as much money while I can. It's pretty simple. And when you talk about legacy and all that type of stuff, you need to be busy. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much time I got left. Obviously, I feel like I've got another 7 years, but I just want to get work, make that money, get paid.
And what was it about Max that you were so willing to do this, right? I mean, at 2-0, you could easily see like, hey, man, sorry, you had your chance. But all along, you said, no, he's putting in work. Let's do it again. So why were you so open to this?
Oh, man, it's just it's the biggest fight I can do right now. Everyone wants to see it, right? And that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. He was, obviously, or I'll give him credit. He was stubborn and goes, ain't no one taking that number one contender spot from me. That's what he did. He stood there and took out the guys and didn't let them have a shot at me, so now he gets a shot. Good on him. That's exactly what I would do in the same situation. So and now he's obviously getting credited with a third chance. So he's done his what he was meant to do, so good on him.
Talk about your preparation for this, right? I mean, you are 2-0 against him, right? So, I mean, do you feel there's a need to make adjustments in the lead-up, or is it like, hey, no, we've been in there for 10 rounds, we know what this guy has, we know the riddle?
Oh, there's always going to be adjustments. I don't think I need to change, too much, right? Yeah, there we go. Cheers. Good lad.
Now it's proper.
There we go. Can we start all the questions again? No, I'm joking. Yeah, man. I think obviously there's going to be different strategies, and how we approach it. There's going to be things that we want to know what he's going to do, but at the same time, my style and where I'm at right now will definitely be enough to deal with whatever challenges come forward. But I'm expecting Max to maybe even switch things up. I'm still expecting that chess match and strategy and all that type of stuff. So I need to be on, and I will be on fight night.
Are you expecting more? Desperation might be the wrong word, but like aggression. I mean, like he knows, like this is it. Yes, he worked back here, but it's probably not going to happen again. So are you expecting that out of him?
Yeah, man. I think he's going to still fight the fight he has to fight to try and win. He knows it's not going to be an easy task, so he'll definitely try and find the right way to win. But at the same time, he's a gamer, man. So he's going to bring it. That's a part of his style. He wants to overwhelm people with mentally and physically. He wants to get in your head and come forward. So that's always going to be a part of his strategy. I don't think he's going to sit back and wait or anything like that. So. I think he will have some things and some strategies going into this, but we're going to probably see the same Max. He's going to come forward and want to put hands on me, and I ain't going to you won't see a backward step from me. So it's going to make for a fun fight. Chess match, very exciting, high pace, and let's do it.
Love it. Last thing for me, obviously you focus on Saturday, but get the win here. Is the work done at 145, or is there more work to be done, or is it time to start looking at other options?
Oh man, the work's not done. We've got a stacked division. Like we've got a lot of people coming. Maybe we have to, sit and wait a little bit, and that's why you always got other options too. Whether there's a double champ or whatever it is. Big fights that, because again, I don't want to just give people a title shot for the sake of it. If there's injuries and someone has to replace, all right, it makes sense. But then just giving someone that's ranked further down for no reason. I feel like you need to take that number one spot, like Max did, and then you'll get that shot. It's been pretty clear from day one. But my work's definitely not done at featherweight. You got a bunch of killers coming through. You know what I mean? You got Josh Emmett who just come off a fight. Your Kattars, your Yair Rodriguez fighting Ortega, so that's going to be big. Arnold Allen's. There's plenty of guys. There's plenty of killers coming through. They're just not there yet. But I mean, while I'm keeping busy with this, who knows? In a couple of months, we might have a clear guy that everyone wants to see. So I'll be keen to bring that on. But we'll see what options are after this fight.
Alex, right here. I'm curious, what's your level of concern of Max Holloway's power going into these fights? How much of a focus do you put on that in camp?
Power. Well, let's be real, he's more of a volume fighter, so, I don't think power is something, like obviously technique and all that is speed and all that's good. Like obviously you can, that's something that I'm not too worried about. I'm a pretty powerful dude. Obviously he started off strong in that last one, so, I'm going to have to not let him start off strong this time and not let him land these types of shots. But at the same time, I'm ready for whatever comes. But I mean, I don't think power is a real issue. I think it's that volume, that pace he's going to bring, is always going to be something that you need. And that chess match that we're going to have, that's something that I obviously got my eye on, not the power.
And on the flip side, he has the most fights ever in UFC history without ever being knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 26. Is that something you've thought about wanting to accomplish? And I guess what would it mean for you to end that streak?
Man, like that'd be incredible, right? Like if you could sit there, it's a legendary chin that he has. You know what I mean? It's incredible. I've always said that you don't want to be known for your granite chin, but at the same time, it is legendary at the moment. And for me, if I could take that chin and put him out, that really is setting a statement because no one's done that. And but again, like he obviously takes damage. I have touched on the fact that can't hold up forever. But let's see if it holds up this far. Because I know I'm gonna land. I'm gonna land big. I'm gonna be definitely coming forward and landing some big shots. So let's see if that legendary chin holds up.
And I know you've been asked a million times about do you feel you get the respect you deserve and all this stuff, but you're on such a remarkable winning streak right now, both overall in MMA and in the UFC. Do you think media, fans talk about this run that you're on enough in terms of the consecutive victories?
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? It's obviously over the last couple as well. Like you've definitely seen everyone's a change of tone. Especially after Ortega. People really got to see something that you don't really get to see too often. Like when you look at people want to know like what's Volk about. You know what I mean? And then that was a good showing. Like that I always say about that never give up attitude, that never die attitude. Like that next level type of resilience, was really seen on that night. I think a lot of people grew respect there, and obviously after the last performance, people really jumped on board. But yeah, man, it's definitely all good.
And you've only tasted defeat once. Do you remember?
One thing, sorry, with the records and all that, I know it's incredible, but I don't really. People ask me about the records and 21 fight win streak and all that. I really don't. I just go by each performance, man. That's just how I am. Like I just look at that next task. People, I just don't. It's all about. I was asked, are you worried about losing that streak? No, I don't care about losing the streak. I care about losing. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose, plain and simple. I'm a competitor, so I don't really care too much about that. So if people talk about it or not, it doesn't matter. But obviously, it's pretty impressive. So we'll get touched on here and there, but I don't look too much into it.
Yeah, and it's only been the one loss. Do you remember what it feels like to taste defeat, and how much does that resonate you and motivate you in each fight?
Yeah, you're always going to remember it. You know what I mean? You're going to remember. Man, I'm like I don't need to learn from losses. That's one thing that I've made clear. You know what I mean? Even in a good performance, even when you're winning, there's still a lot you can take out of them. Obviously you do learn a lot from your losses, but you learn a lot from your wins too. And that's something that. That I've always said, and that's just how I am. But obviously, I still feel that, and just losing's not an option in my mind. I refuse to lose. I've always said it. Well before I was in the UFC, refuse to lose. So that's something that I'm not thinking about what it feels like. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about winning and doing what I need to do. But obviously, the drive to not lose is always going to be there because I'm a competitor.
Alex back here to your left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How's it going, champ?
Hey.
When Max was in here earlier, we asked what a win over you would mean to him, and he says it's a legacy fight. This is a legacy fight for him. What would a win over Max do for you? Do you feel the same way? Like this is a legacy fight, or do you think because you already have 2 wins over him, this just closes the book altogether on this rivalry?
Mate, this is still a legacy fight, 100%. You know what I mean? He showed that he's still the number 1 guy. People are saying he's gotten better. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a legacy fight. That's why we wanted this fight too. Like if I felt like this wouldn't put me in a better position moving forward, you wouldn't take it. But it does. You all want to see it, right? Everyone wants to see the trilogy. So that's a legacy fight. People want to see it. So I was open to it. I want it as well. So if that's going to move me forward, let's do it.
Do you feel like your second fight with Max doesn't get the credit it deserves because there was all sorts of controversy about how it was scored and stuff that people actually forgot how great that fight actually was?
Well, yeah, obviously people are going to miss that chess match that was happening, the adjustments he made in between the fights, the adjustments I made mid-fight and all that type of stuff it's pretty incredible. You know what I mean? It's very impressive, but that sometimes will be missed when you have close fights.
And then last thing, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who's about to go into the Hall of Fame, was asked about this fight. He thinks you're going to win because you have more fire than Max. And Max, when asked about that, said, well, that's because he's been watching Cooking with Volk videos and he sees the fire from the cooking show. But what do you think Khabib means by that? When he says that he feels like you have more fire, what do you think he means by that?
Man, I don't think you see it in my fights. You know, what I told you about that even being in that deep guillotine triangles and all that shows you like there's that never die attitude, never give up attitude, always going to do what I need to do. And then even with Max, you know, being down 2 rounds and then turn it around and come back the last 3, like it's you know, that's he would see that. He knows not only I'm well-rounded, very skillful, you know, durable, resilient, you know, all that type of stuff. And then he sees that fire and that never give up attitude. And, you know, obviously we both have that though. Max does have that, and I guarantee he's got the fire in the belly. Man, he's down, you know, he's down too. So he wants to get this belt back, you know what I mean? This, as he said, is a legacy fight for him too. So I'll be a fool to think he's not going to turn up. Max is going to turn up, but so will I.
Alex, right here in the middle. The Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett fight was very close. I was curious, have you had a chance to watch that? And if so, who do you think won that fight? Some people felt like it might have gone Calvin's way or should have.
Oh man, it was a close fight. Like that's the thing. Every time there's a close fight, people are going to cry robbery. But I mean, like you can definitely see both sides of the story. You know, but that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like especially, obviously, there was rounds that might seem more clear here and there, but then you get some rounds that are, you know, that might be who got that. You know what I mean? And then it's totally up to the judges there. But for someone to, you know, cry, you know, if they're going to say it's robbery or something like that, it's. I could have seen it going either way. If Kattar got it, I would have been fine with that. I was fine with both guys getting the fight. That's how close it was.
Who do you think wins Ortega and Yair Rodriguez in a couple weeks? That's another big fight in your division.
Yeah, man, that is big. Well, look, man, I like Ortega, but I mean, obviously, I want number 1 contender guys. You know, I think I've already fought Ortega, so I don't know if it will make sense if he wins. I'm not sure. I'll have to talk to my team at UFC if he was to win that, if that still makes sense, if they'll be happy with that. But I haven't faced Yair Rodriguez, so if he goes out and wins, I feel like that'll be a bigger fight. So, you know, again, it doesn't matter who I like right now. I want these big fights, and you know, if I think winning would be better, just so it's a new guy, a new blood, right?
Well, what about Josh Emmett though? Because he's obviously new blood too.
Yep.
Would you favor Yair over Josh if Yair was to win, or
depends on the performance too, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think Yair's a ranked title. Look, Josh Emmett. He's incredible. He's on an incredible win streak and all that. I've got nothing but respect for the dude, and I know I'll be facing him soon. But again, I want the big fights. I want, you know, is everyone screaming his name? I don't know. Like, that's not a knock to him. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, like, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I want someone screaming that name. If not, let's look at something else.
Okay, and last one for me. Olberg winning last week. We saw the reaction that you guys had in the crowd. How much of a boost was that for the team leading into this big fight week for City Kickboxing?
Well, yeah, like man, that's we've been feeling that in camp as well. You know what I mean? The couple of weeks I spent at City Kickboxing was incredible. We were feeling that energy there. You know what I mean? I knew once we come back here, you know, we'll be feeling that energy all fight week and fight night, and you know, that just added to it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we want a clean sweep. You know what I mean? Like. You know, we're all living together in a massive house playing basketball. I mean, the energy is so good. We're absolutely vibing off each other, and you know, I think we're going to really show out with you know, 4-zip. So that's what we're aiming for.
Alex, over here.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of trilogy fights in the UFC, but it's usually 1-1, and there's some sort of personal issue between fighters. So with this fight, obviously you're up 2-0, but in terms of just competitiveness and the fighting, do you think this is one of the better trilogy fights in UFC history, considering it's the 1 and 2 featherweights, and as Max said many times, you don't get many times a third fight between 2 guys in the top 10 just pound for pound.
Yep. Yeah, man, that's right. It's exactly right. Obviously, I'm well respected. He's well respected, and to see two guys at their best at the top and facing each other, you know, people, especially for fans of the sport, absolutely loving it, lapping it up. You know what I mean? They know they're installed for a chess match and a great fight. So yeah, I think it is pretty incredible. You know what I mean? I know it is different. Like obviously me being 2-0 and things like that, but I still feel like that still adds to the story anyway. the fact that, you know, Max, was stubborn and made sure that no one took that spot and then gets another chance. I think that adds to the story because, you know, he's better now, you know what I mean? His performances, you know, all that type of stuff. So, you know, I think it all adds to the story and people are really enjoying it. And, can't wait to see what happens.
Hey,
Alex,
Volk,
just at the
right
back
back
here.
here.
Where was that? Sorry.
Way
Oh,
back
there you
here.
go. There you are.
Hello.
Yep.
What's up? Volk, where do you get your inspiration when you're looking for a new dish for cooking with Volk?
Man, I love my barbecue, so I always want to do barbecue. But, man, I don't know, whatever it is, you know, I guess, you know, I like mixing it up as well. I like hitting different flavors and trying some new things as well from different countries and whatnot. So, whatever, man, like whatever people want to see, I like to throw up there too. So I usually hit some guys up. People hit me up on Instagram all the time and tell me, I want cooking show, you should do this, you should do that. And I usually am happy to do that as well because I like experiencing new cooking adventures as well. So, man, I just love cooking, man. It could be anything. You know, even though I've cooked a steak 1,000,000 times, I've probably recorded it 1,000,000 times, but I'll do another, 1,000,000 times. So it's actually good. I've got a new sponsor on board, Lotus, with Caravan. So I can't wait to go out there and do adventures, catch my own fish, wherever I go hunt and catch my own food and cook it, you know, on the coal out there. And really, really, you know, the YouTube channel will love that. You know what I mean? I think people will really appreciate that type of content. So I'm looking forward to, that's motivation right there. So can't wait to get out there camping and cook some real food out there in the wild.
Is there a dish that you just haven't been able to master quite yet?
A dish that I haven't tried.
Like it just doesn't come out right when you try to make it?
Comes out right for me, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. Nope. I nail it all.
And final question, Alex, if you were to move up to 155, does it have to be against Charles Oliveira? Or is there so many guys right now?
Man, it has to be for the belt. You know, I think I deserve that. Obviously, you know, what's going to motivate me? Obviously, challenge as well, or a massive fight. You know, people take money fights, whatever it is. You know, the real big fights obviously would be motivated and be something I'd want to do. But you know, I want to go for that double champ status. But you know, let's worry about Max this weekend. But yeah, I definitely see myself calling for whoever has that belt.
Alex, just at the back here.
Yep.
Going off of that, obviously you said that you want the big fights. Do you think that moving up to 155 will give you that?
Oh, yeah, man, it does, definitely. There's so many big names there as well. You know, there's big names in that division. So, yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, whoever has that belt will be a big fight. Purely just me fighting for another belt's going to be massive. But, yeah, man, there's plenty of good fights there, and I would love it. And like I say, like, I don't want to just move up and let that belt go. Like, you see, I want to be active. I just fought a few months ago. You know, I don't know if one division can keep me busy enough. Give me 2 divisions then. So I'll keep them both busy. You know, I'll keep both belts busy, and again, I want to be active. And if 2 divisions would definitely help with that.
And what do you think of the landscape at lightweight at the moment?
As in, yeah, man, it's again big fights, massive fights. A lot happened, a lot of hype there. So yeah, I'd love to go and take some of that. Again, not only a new belt, a big fight. You know, the money fight, all that type of stuff, and all that hype too.
Is that more for legacy as well for you, holding 2 titles?
Yeah, definitely. You know, as I say, you know, I do all this for my family and all that type of stuff, and the legacy is going to help me look after my family forever. So let's tick over all these goals. You know, I want to get all these goals and all these achievements that are going to put me in a better position tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's just how I am every time moving forward.
Alex, do you think Dana White would let you defend 2 belts at the same time?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think he might have even already touched on that. You know what I mean? I think he understands I'm in a position to at least call for that. You know, obviously we've got to find the right timing and how it's going to work, but I definitely think so. Yeah, well, I think he would let me fight for the title, so I don't know why he wouldn't let me defend it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely.
And Max has made a bit of talked a couple of times this week that he doesn't think it'll go further than 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just see that as fight week talk, or do you look into that? Do you see something in that as to how he might want to fight this fight this time differently?
Man, I think he probably does believe it. You know what I mean? Like, but whether it is that just you're trying to hype up the fight, or you know, whether he believes it, I don't know. But you know, whether it happens, it's a totally different story. But you know, I'm. Again, we're both pretty durable guys. We're both tough, and we both know how to, pull ourselves out of a pretty shitty situation. So, yeah, you know, I want to end it and want to end it early, and I think I definitely can. And again, I feel like that chin's got to go soon. Again, and that's no disrespect to him, but that's got to go soon. And I know I'm landing on it, and I'm going to land on it big and many times. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if it ends inside the 3, I think that's me getting the finish though.
Alex, is there anything special with here to your?
Yep.
Is it anything special? You're always focused, dedicated, devoted to your craft. Anything extra special that you get to defend the belt where you first picked it up?
Anything is like
Like especially you got the crown here in Vegas.
Yep.
So now you defend it here in Vegas. Kind of like a homecoming to where your legacy started as a champion.
Yeah, man, like just each fight's a massive fight. Your latest fight's always your biggest fight. You know, this is a huge fight, huge card, international fight week. You know what I mean? It's this is massive. So I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving the fact that Max hasn't versed Bald Volk yet either. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know, this is Bald Volk again. It's coming for fucking everybody.
Thank you, sir. Good luck on Saturday.